Good morning. Today is November 23rd, a Tuesday. I'm Marv Eisen. Today, I want to talk about e-mini trading with respect to consistency. When we're trading, we want to be consistent as much as possible because what's the point of trading up and down and up, and giving back our hard-won gains? The goal of every trader is not to make as much money as they can, or at least in my opinion, it isn't. The goal is not to lose money, number one, and to become as consistent as possible. Yesterday was a case in point. Look, I've made as many mistakes as a trader as anyone, and I've been trading for over 20 years. But over those 20 years, I've learned quite a bit about what works and what doesn't work, and how to trade consistently. And I want to share that with you. I have a chart of yesterday, November 22nd, a Monday. Now, Monday is typically a positive day, a bullish day, and years past, on a Monday, I would jump on first thing Monday morning. Chances are I'd make money, but once in a while, the prices went the other way, and I gave back money to the market. But over the years, I've learned that consistency really has a lot to do with discipline. And so you've heard me use the word patience many, many times. I use that word in my YouTube videos. I use that word to my students in my e-mini trading course. And I wanted to use yesterday's market to illustrate the point I want to make today about becoming consistent as a trader. Now, yesterday, again, was a Monday, and I used to usually just jump on a Monday, and more often than not, I'd be right. I'd make a nice profit on the opening trade. Now, yesterday, on a Monday, and I have the candles. These are 5-minute candles. I have these candles, but without the wick, and I'm showing it without the wick to show you the pure move. And yesterday the market opened over here at 47.12. And as I said, I would typically just jump on, but over the years I've become more disciplined in my approach to trading, where I develop trading zones based on calculations of the market movements, and I base my trading to a good degree off those calculations. Now, calculations are just numbers based on formulas, but over the course of time and my experience with trading, I've learned that these numbers do work with a high degree of accuracy. So yesterday, Monday, I would have jumped on, but I didn't. Oh, and by the way, I was trading yesterday live, I was trading while I was making a video, which I usually don't do. So as such, I wasn't paying as much attention to the screen as I would because I was talking to the camera. But yesterday morning, as you can see, I have my trading zone. If you've seen my videos, you know I draw out a trading zone based on my calculations. And I put the previous day's close represented by a horizontal line on the chart as well. So yesterday, my trading zone was resistance at 47.15, the previous day's close at 46.94, and my support level at 46.89. Okay, fine. So now my chart is all set up, and prices were coming in here from the overnight session, and prices opened right over here at 47.12. 47.12 is just 3 points shy of my resistance line. Now, my resistance at 47.15 and 47.14.75 was only 2 points above that. And although it was a Monday, prices were opening right at my resistance, and my calculated resistance, and I didn't want to disobey my calculations. I wanted to trade based on my calculations because my calculations give me targets to shoot for. Because the prices opened right up at the resistance and moved away from the previous day's close, meaning that there was a significant gap, a 19-point gap. Now, the gap trade is a very successful and powerful trade. I take these gap trade to work out most of the time. But prices were trading up near my resistance and moving away from my gap. So I just didn't jump on. Years ago, I would have jumped on, and I would have done very nicely. Look, prices opened at 47.12 and rose up to 47.37. But hindsight in the market is 2020, and when the market is rising or going down, we have no way of knowing where it's going to rise, where it's going to stop, if it's going to be a stop running move. And I had two reasons not to jump on. I had one reason to jump on, which was a Monday morning. And my two reasons not to jump on was, number one, it was trading at my resistance and away from the gap. So I just waited. I did nothing. And the prices were, move this back here. Prices moved up ultimately by 10:30, an hour after the open. Prices were trading at 47.39. They opened at 47.12. 47.39. So that's a 27-point gain in an hour. So there I am. I missed the morning bull run, and I'm sitting here looking at my chart. The market was sitting right up here, and then look what happens at 10:30. Market starts to top out, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at my trading zone. Is my trading zone wrong? My trading zone is usually not wrong. Could be, but usually not. And I'm looking at the market top out over here at 47.39. And I haven't taken a trade. It's an hour into the day. And then at 11 o'clock, I see prices stabilize at 47.28 and consolidate at 47.28 for about a half an hour. So two things are happening in my mind. Number one, prices have moved off the top and have consolidated lower, considerably lower. And more importantly, they've consolidated they've been moving in direction toward my trading zone. I see this consolidation, and from my experience, I'm familiar with symmetrical market trades. So if prices are going to decline in a certain number of points and consolidate, I am pretty confident that a symmetrical move will bring the market down another 12 points after the consolidation. Also, my thinking is that the market now is moving back toward my calculated trading zone, which more often than not has been a very excellent guide as to where the market is going to trade. So I take a trade right over here in the consolidation. My thinking is, well, if the market goes up and does not follow the market symmetry, I'm going to jump off. And if the market goes down, I'm going to ride it down for 12 points. There's one other thought in my mind. In the first hour of trade, the high or the low of the day is usually put in. So I'm looking at this 47.39, and I'm saying this happened after an hour of trading, and I'm pretty sure this is the high of the day. So when the market consolidates here 12 points below that, I'm thinking, well, the market is not going to go up for several reasons. Number one, the high of the day has already been put in. And number two, the symmetrical trade usually has a good probability of working out. So I put in a trade here, a short, and I ride it down 12 points, and I get out. I get out because, number one, symmetry is 12 points. There's 12 points between this, and there's 12 points that I want to take over here based on market symmetry. So I get out right about over here. Now, the market penetrated my resistance level, which could very well have become a support level, right? Because resistance becomes support if prices break through. But I'm not looking for as many points as I can. I'm looking for a disciplined approach to trading. So I don't know if the market is going to be rejected over here, if my calculated resistance is going to be support for this move. But I don't really care, because if the market moves 12 points, I'm out. I'm going to take my 12 points. So that's what happened. I picked up 52 ticks, got out right about over here. I see the market quickly penetrated. Could have stayed on a little bit, but I'm happy because the market did what I expected it to do. And to me, that's more important than riding it down all the way, because it could very well bounce back up. And my discipline is that I want to go for the 12 points that I think is a pretty good bet. So that's what I did. Now, ultimately, the market came down to the middle of my trading zone. Now, I don't really care about anything down here, because I'm looking for 12 points here, which I got. For the rest of the day, the market traded, or rather consolidated, pivoted around my calculated resistance. And then at about 3:30, I'm looking at the market. I see it penetrate my resistance, and I'm saying to myself, oh my God, I think there's a good chance that this gap is going to be closed. I didn't hop on because I was making a video at the time, and I was happy with my profits earlier in the day. But I'm looking now at another setup, and to me, this is a likely gap trade. I'm cautious over here at 47.02 because, as you can see, the market put in its own support level at 47.02. So I just wait. I'm going to see what's going to happen at 47.02. Is the price going to be supported there? Well, as you can see, it wasn't, and I'll be darned. The market actually did close the gap and closed the day below my support level. But to me, the most important thing was the discipline of not jumping in over here for two reasons. Number one, prices opened right at my resistance level, and they moved away from filling the morning gap. And also, of course, I have no target here, my resistance line. I have no target above my resistance line. The market starts going up. I don't know if it's where it's going to go, if it's going to go. The only reason it's moving up was, I thought, Monday morning. But that wasn't even the case. Right over here at about 10 o'clock, President Biden nominated Jerome Powell to remain as Fed board chairman. Without that, the move upward, I think, would have ended right, maybe half the way that it did. But ultimately, it went up for that reason. So the market went up. I had no target there, so I didn't trade it. I waited until the market retreated, looked at the consolidation, figured that the high of the day was already put in, took a trade here, worked out for my 12 points. I get out, I'm happy. Consistency, discipline. And those two things were the basis of my profits yesterday. Now, I could tell you also, hey, I jumped on Monday morning and look, I made money. I had no reason to believe that I'd make money here because I have no target up here. I draw these trading zones, I calculate these trading zones, I take a great deal of effort and time to do it. I use these trading zones as targets. And more often than not, they work out, and believe me, compared to the kind of trader I used to be, which most of you are, I feel very confident when I trade because I anticipate what the market should do based on my trading zone, my discipline, and my observations of experience of what the market might do. Such as right over here, you see this bottom put in, market put in a bottom at 47.02, and when the market was declining, could have bounced off at this bottom. This 47.02 could have held. But nevertheless, the market did close the gap, but the discipline is what led to the profit right here. The discipline and the experience of knowing about the market symmetry. So that's my video for today, Tuesday, November 23rd. Trade safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. This is Marv Eisen for Timeless Dollar.